Hello and welcome to the last game of StarLadder Season 6, day number 20. We'll be having Kaipi taking on Mouz Sports, and I say last game, it's the last game of the day, so tomorrow there's gonna be more, don't worry about that. As we are very close to seeing the end of the StarLadder group stages. Next week, Friday, is gonna be the last day for that one. But first, we have some games to go through, quite a few ones, and anyway, today we had 4. Mouz Sports versus Kaipi. We'll have the last game of the day, which will be here. And we are also here, we are with 3, providing you with coverage for this game. We are here with Statsman K-poptosis. You won't hear him, you won't see him, but you'll see what he does. And he will provide you with all kinds of goodies and information about the match and players as well. We also have, of course, my co-caster, the one that you will hear. It is Kanaz. Welcome back.
Good to be back.
Indeed it is. So, Kaipi versus Mouz Sports. We just saw Kaipi in a very long game. A very careful game from their point of view, very greedy game in terms of how many carries they had. How do you think Mouz Sports would reply to that kind of playstyle?
I don't know. I think Animage probably for Mouz Sports is going to get a lot more farm than Jackal did last game, and I think Black probably has, maybe will show off some better decision making as the game goes late and not get himself kind of killed in unusual fashion multiple times, suiciding for support kills and the like.
Let's hope that doesn't happen again, indeed. Well, we know Black, if he indeed will play that anti-mage, which I think we can say that he will. He'll be indeed, I think, yeah, he'll be getting a lot more farm than Jackal got. We have got the bans being on the side of KP, fairly normal. Where's my sound? There's my sound. So Lone Druid and the Bed Rider getting banned out. For Mouz Sports, it was a Visage and a Wisp that they removed from the pool. We've got a Bane and a Lifestealer for KP with a Nature's Prophet and an anti-mage for Mouz Sports, and now next round of bans, it is the Clockwork and the Jakiro, as well as the Darkseer banned out, and Mouz Sports thinking about their last ban. And there's a lot of different roles that are still to be fulfilled on the side of KP. They actually remove, interestingly enough, the Shadow Demon, and that's the Shadow Demon that you then ban out even though your opponent already has a Bane.
Well, Shadow Demon's pretty good against Animage, just because disrupting him, you make the Animage illusions that then have the mana burn and can burn a lot of mana off of heroes, whether it's the Animage immediately coming out of the disruption if you have any other thing to hold him down, or just allies of the anti-mage in the middle of the fight. So Shadow Demon can work pretty well that way, and just is a powerful support regardless with spells like the Demonic Purge and Soulcatcher later and later in the game. But they're going to go with a Nyx Assassin, it looks like, for KB. Probably seeing him as a support here.
Yeah, I would expect so as well. As a Rubik gets picked up by Mouz Sports, another hero that we're likely to see as a support. As that is kind of what this meta is going for, like, pick up your supports before you pick up your solo mids and save your solo mids for those last 2 picks. And so far, like in typical solo mid style, we don't have anything banned out just yet. We still have, for example, and the Queen of Pain and the Puck in the pool. Magnus still also one that we might see getting some playtime here. As KP liked to run it. I say liked because last couple of times that we've seen them, they actually went for something else for their solo mid role. So far, nothing yet. We saw, of course, the Kunkka in the previous game in the mid role. I think yesterday we saw a Dragon Knight there. Let's see what they're gonna go for now, and if they indeed wait for that for the last pick, or if they're gonna be securing that right now. We also miss an offlaner, or at least a solo laner for KP. And right now, this means that we're seeing Nyx or Bane solo mid, or better yet, Vengeful Spirit carry. I'm secretly hoping that that's that.
Secretly hoping?
Well, it's not secret anymore. No,
yeah.
I just got it out in the open. I'm hoping that it's a Vengeful Spirit carry. He used to be one of the high-profile ones to do that. Okay, he was once. Oh, signature hero, Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah,
carry.
but Eternal Envy, it feels like he goes way harder on the carries than something like Vengeful Spirit. It's possible they could go Lifestealer and have him solo and then run like an aggressive tri lane with a Vengeful Spirit farmer if they wanted to go that route. It's also possible they could send Venge mid lane if they really wanted to try that now. I don't think it's as likely as maybe Nyx or Bane, who I think both would serve that role a little bit better. But they have that option, and we'll see what Mouz Sports want to do about it and what maybe they're expecting to see when they go that next ban.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of I like the Vengeful Spirit pickup, don't get me wrong, but I think that if they would pick up something else first, they wouldn't have had the Vengeful Spirit banned out against them. So this last pick that the KP will do has to be something that you know, is unorthodox. It's kind of like a surprise pick, etc. But kind of interested to see what they will pick up last. What was so important that they had to pick up the Vengeful Spirit first, as we have Mousesports already thinking about what they're going to be up against, so thinking about who is going to be mid, where is people going to go. So what do they pick up right now? Do they pick up their solo mid now that they know that the next assassin is probably going to be in that mid lane? Or do they go for something else? Do they go for their secondary support, which they don't have? They could choose not to. They could actually send someone in the jungle if they want to. They could send Nature's Prophet in the jungle and still get an off lane for themselves.
Yeah, they have all sorts of options with what they want to do with these heroes, and I think Mousesports are spending a lot of time thinking about it and trying to figure out exactly what they think is going on with KP's draft right now, because they have 2 picks left to really respond to it, and a lot of it should be revealed at this point. They're going to pick up a Beastmaster, who is potentially their solo mid, potentially their off lane.
Yeah, a lot of options still. I mean, they keep their options open. I like this. I like this a lot. Of course, the same thing goes for KP in a way. I think in Fada will be playing the Beastmaster if I would have to guess. I mean, it's just that options are there, but Fada, Beastmaster, Nature's Prophet offlane, and then still secondary support. We'll see what KP decides to ban out though, because that will kind of reveal what they are expecting that the Beastmaster is gonna do.
Yeah, I'm kind of expecting Beastmaster to probably be in the mid lane and still send Nature's Prophet off.
The gyro ignored. Just
yeah,
I
gyro
want to put it out there.
Ignored.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unusual for how heavily favored both of these teams will pick up Gyro, I guess. Especially Mouse. Black loves Gyrocopter, but they picked Anti-Mage for him, so that's really what they wanted to go with this game, I guess. Maybe it's their strategy against the Lifestealer, or maybe just the Bane. They wanted the Anti-Mage. It's hard to say.
And they ban out the secondary support, so it's the Lina that goes. We still have the Leshrac in the pool, of course, which is an interesting choice to ban out the Lina over the Leshrac. Of course, the Leshrac has actually a spell that goes through the rage of the Lifestealer, while the Lina does not. But we'll see what they end up going with. The Queen of Pain still for KP, no real surprise for that one, as the Gyrocopter was banned out. I mean no real surprise is that it is a surprise because you were already thinking that Nyx Assassin might be going mid, but it's not one of it's not a really unorthodox hero. So I'm kind of curious to see how they're gonna run it and who is gonna go solo where, because a lot of possibilities, a lot of options for that. I think we'll only know until people pick up their heroes. As Mousesports now have still got some time left in their bonus time, thinking about the last pickup,
10 seconds
and they will
remaining.
Also reveal where is going.
5 seconds.
Yeah, they have options for moving these heroes around. We could see Queen of Pain solo in a side lane. We could see Queen of Pain solo in the mid lane. Maybe Lifestealer solo top, and then they run that aggressive tri lane. Could be Nyx Assassin mid with the Queen of Pain side, and then the tri lane with Lifestealer. It's hard to really decide exactly what they want to do. I think it's probably most likely at this point that we might see Queen of Pain solo in a side lane with the Nyx mid. It's kind of hard for any of their other heroes to really offlane effectively, but they have that option.
Yeah, they end up going with the Enchantress, so still having a hero in the jungle. As we already pointed out, that was a possibility there, so ended up going for it. Gonna be a very safe lane then for Mousesports. You do have the telekinesis to just stop people from going in on your anti-mage, but if this is going to be an aggressive tri lane from KP, it will not be the easiest to deal with, and we'll see how they do it. It looks like Bone7 will be playing the Nyx Assassin, and he's normally the off-lane player, and he might actually be able to just run off-lane with just having the Rubik and the anti-mage against him. We'll see how he does that. The 2 supports going for the Venge and the Bane, so let's see if there's going to be any swaps, and of course Sing Sing, Queen of Pain. Oh well, we'll introduce them in just a moment after Black picks up his anti-mage. Because he is the last one that we're waiting for right now.
10 seconds remaining.
Come on. We all know that you're gonna play it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they are. Team's just trying to buy as much time as possible before the game starts, it feels like.
Yeah, Mouz leads the series 3-1 for the last 4 times they faced off. One thing to note is, of course, that Sing Sing actually used to be a Mousesports. Lineup hasn't changed that much since then, or at least the cores are still there. Fada, of course, got in after Sing Sing, Cinderin as well. But, for example, Black, as well as Puss, they are previously also in Mousesports. Quickpop came in later as well, so, yeah. Black and Puss still from the old Mousesports where Sing Sing was actually in. And we'll see how he is gonna do up against his former teammates. We have Come With Me playing the Bane in this game for KP. He's already roaming. He picked himself up some sentry wards. Might try to counter ward some with that. And with counter ward, I basically mean blocking some camps, perhaps. Sing Sing playing the Queen of Pain in the mid lane for KP, standing in for this game, as of course Arteezy, sitting at school, cannot join any games from KP in the afternoon, or during the week in StarLadder to begin with. Eternal Envy will be taking on the role on the Lifestealer, as he is actually looking to go towards the bottom lane. Quite surprising, because he already mentioned during the draft that he normally goes for the safe lane farming and just, you know, starts farming up. He's checking Roshan actually. Pylai Dai will be playing the Vengeful Spirit this game as a support, and the last one then will be Bone 7 on the Nyx Assassin, and looks like they're gonna leave him alone. They pulled him a tango, he picked up a poor man's shield, and he will be solo in the top lane.
Yep, and for Mouse Sports on the Reign side, we're going to have Black playing the Anti-Mage. Cinder going to be on the Enchantress supporting from the jungle, and then the other support will be Paz on the Rubik. And their mid lane going to be Fata playing the Beastmaster, finally off lane Nature's Prophet going to be Quakeva.
Yeah, and aggressive trialing with Envy, I don't think we've seen that very often before. And of course, you can of course vote who you think will win. It is case sensitive, it is !vote Mouz or !vote KP, with Mouz with the capital letters and KP 2 capital letters. You have to do it in the Twitch chat though, the Dota TV chat doesn't work. And I will say yet, because I hope that it's still gonna get implemented. But yeah, aggressive trialing here for KP, with only a Rubik to save people. How do you think that will go?
Anti-Mage's farm going to be pretty heavily contested here, especially with the Enfeeble at level 1. Anti-Mage is 28 damage. Next to impossible for him to outlast hit Eternal Envy with this. So see how it ends up going. Black probably not going to get the best of farm here, at least not to start things off, but Eternal Envy taking a lot of harass.
Yeah, he has to be careful. Right now, Black hasn't picked up Mana Break, but when he does do that, I mean, that is something that you have to be taken into account there. I mean, that Mana Break will still be burning away your money. You can't rage, you can't open wounds, and you need that kind of if you are the aggressive trial and Lifestealer.
Yeah, they definitely need that stuff. Mid lane, we see it's going to be Beastmaster versus Queen of Pain. This favors Queen of Pain pretty heavily. Beastmaster can try and throw axes to get farm, but he's not really going to be able to get close to the creep wave to last it, especially with the second point Shadow Strike picked up by Sing Sing on that Queen of Pain.
In the meantime, Synderen, look at Synderen making Paladai's life miserable. That Scepter Tormentor, that's just so annoying. That's a lot of damage going through, only 100 mana. 125 minutes, mana, or damage rather, sorry.
Yeah, they do quite a bit of damage with that shockwave. It gets reduced by magic armor, but it still can keep, it uses it like 3 times I think before its mana pool runs out.
6
and Enchantress,
times.
is it 6 times? Jesus.
Doesn't he have 6? Yeah, 600 mana. I think so.
I was thinking like 300. It's possible. I don't know offhand. So yeah, they can really harass them back, and it hurts Pylai Die quite a bit to do that. But Come With Me in the meantime is still just staying there, and they're initiating on
they
Black.
go on Black. The sun is there, but he's able to blink away fairly securely. There is already an Orb of Venom indeed up on Eternal Envy, and all regen used on Pylai Die already. Gets 3 tangos from his teammate just because he needs it, but that goes fast that way. The regen that is. Oh, Enchantress, careful there. Careful there. That stun hurts a lot, even though it's not up actually yet. The tornado, they might actually try to go in here. The telekinesis would be needed. There it is, and they catch out Eternal Envy. He doesn't have a rage. He can't get away. He walked through the tornado, ends up going down to Pass. First blood and second blood now also go in the way of Mouse Sports. With Enchantress getting the last hit up on Pylai Die because of course Black got enfeebled again, but that's 2 kills going the way of Mouse Sports, while they were the ones that are aggressive tri-laned against.
Yeah, and Black actually not too far behind in terms of last hits, even with this Enfeeble up on him constantly. So it's going very well for Mouse Sports, and they can't really afford to give up kills when you're playing in KP's position here. Especially not on their carry Lifestealer who's down here farming. They're not going to really be able to rely on like safe lane farm Nyx Assassin, who's actually not having a great time really against Quakeva, which is not really surprising. And Queen of Pain they can lean on kind of heavily, but it's not really the same as TA, what we saw last game for IC Cup. So if their aggressive tri-lane doesn't really work out well, they give up kills, and they aren't able to get some kills in return, it's going to be kind of hard for them.
Yeah, and they will be relying a lot on that Queen of Pain to get them back into the game. 17-9 on the last hit for Sing Sing. And 14-1 on the side of Fada, so not really that big of a difference. And yeah, 10 times she's been picked up since the patch that was last Wednesday. Pretty okay win rate, 6-4. It just means that she is still she's a strong support again. with a high roaming potential. I like her as support purely because of her high roaming potential. And she has roamed, as in she went top after not getting anything down bottom, so she does go to try and help out Bone 7, who is almost level 6. I mean, that's one of the upsides. You don't only have a Queen of Pain mid game to rely on, you also have got the Nyx Assassin, who will level very fast, who will be playing a very high ganking role, and who has not really been shut down. He's 21-3, while Quickfire sitting on 23-3. I mean, in terms of last hits, both are doing really well. But right now, it means just a lot more upon Bone, because he can almost be just that level 6 that will go bottom and will make a difference there.
Yeah, so they'll be able to start trying to roam with both the Queen of Pain and the Nyx Assassin, and they can try and set up kills that way. But that buys time for heroes like Nature's Prophet to really try and farm, if Quakebuck can get some money as well. And they can kind of lean on the Nature's Prophet in that case. He hasn't really gotten anything thus far. He picked up Boots of Speed, probably just to make sure he's a little bit more survivable, safer up in this off lane, and Pylai Dai has moved up here as well in the Vengeful Spirit, so it looks like they're kind of giving up on the tri lane, trying to just get experience that way.
Yeah, just trying to get Eternal Envy some farm, because right now 14-2, really not that much, and Black, as you already mentioned, 20-7 with hitting while in the Enfeebles. Quite impressive, as there is actually a slight advantage, a slight favor for Mouse Sports for the chat. Not that much though. I think that's the most even that we've had the results so far today.
Yeah, people really thinking KP got this. I thought more people would be on the side of Mouse Sports, but it looks like we have some KP fans.
Yeah, indeed we do. I mean, we saw IC Cup, the one that KP just beat Mouse Sports last Wednesday, so who knows? Maybe something there. Telekinesis come with me in a lot of trouble here. There will be no Mana Void, actually. No, that's a Bane that lives. Level 3 though. They got shut down hard by that aggressive tri-lane. They are level 3 with Black sitting on level 5. It is Past that's sitting at level 4, and of course Sinrin, we can also count him, he's also level 4. Pylai Dai, level 2 even, so KP getting behind here real fast.
Yeah, they're not having a great time right now. They're behind in both gold and experience, which is not really surprising considering they ran the aggressive tri-lane and gave up a couple kills. Black starting to get quite a bit of farm. He's past Lifestealer in last hits, and that's not the situation you really want to be in, especially since KP don't really have the large amount of carries they had last game to really contest against the Anti-Mage later in the game.
Oh, and that's the first gank from Bone 7. With Pylai Dai with the kill secured, with the stun. And Vendetta being used, of course, with the Impale as well. So, good kill. An expected kill. Quite surprised that nobody came there to just maybe play some sentries, because you would expect right now that that guy will roam around. And we actually don't have any sentries up on the supports here, so that is something that we might see Mouz having some issues with that Bone 7. But for now he's back on the top lane and back farming. I'm kind of curious to see if he goes for a Dagon or not. Or Blink Dagger instead, first item.
I think Blink Dagger is probably more likely, just so that they have a better initiation from him. Usually they get Blink Dagger simply because sentry wards get dropped by teams to sort of prevent the Vendetta initiation, and you just want to be able to get in range. You could still use Vendetta as a nuke that way. You don't have to like try and hope that you scout someone out invisible with no sight. But Dagon can certainly give a bunch of damage as well. It's not as effective against Black simply because he does have that spell shield, but he has low HP, so he can get the kill with something like a Dagon.
In the meantime, Cornflap taking Sanctuary in the Radiant jungle. Come with me, in a lot of trouble here. A couple hits needed from Black. He might actually Mana Void that to get the kill. He does indeed. Kill secured indeed. And I mean, even though like KP is now doing fairly well, their mid lane of course got won by Sing Sing in terms of last hits, and especially denies, 17 denies for that Beastmaster. Top lane kind of won now with the kill going to Bone 7, but bottom lane kind of lost quite hard. And if now the two lanes that actually won don't make a difference fast, Black will actually go out of control here, because we know what Black can do with farm, and he has got free farm now. And it's starting to be dangerous because he's not died yet. He's been in all 3 kills of Mouseport so far. And he is doing really well on the net worth as well. Not on top just yet. Will they actually go on this? No. It is Bone 7 that's highest on the net worth. Of course, that is first blood money for him. Was it first blood? No, that wasn't first blood. Just kill money.
Yeah, just kill money.
Bone 7, yeah.
The first blood was in the bottom lane a long time before that. So yeah, Black's starting to get quite a bit of farm. They're trying their best. He's not doing fantastic in terms of farm or anything. The Enfeeble still being a huge nuisance for him. He's got 34 last hits at 9 minutes, which is less than ideal, but he's against an aggressive tri-lane, so the fact that he's getting that much farm is pretty good and ganking the mid lane.
Yeah, I had my camera on that. It went so fast. The Sonic Wave, the Vendetta, the Impale. And Fada going down. I'm quite surprised that Fada is still sitting middle. He has got that roar up. And also he is one of those heroes that you'd expect her to use that roar for getting kills. But, well, maybe he can't really know where to get kills as nobody's really sitting on the top lane really visible, and the mid lane is not really easy. And he was mid, to be fair. And of course bottom lane you'd have to dive behind the tower. Another Enfeeble. This Enfeeble really is getting leveled up as well. But they go for him though. They want to get him. Can they get him slowed? Yes they can. Pass looking for telekinesis. Here comes Black as well. And that should be a kill going the way of Mouz. Black with the Mana Void just to get the kill. The Enfeeble doesn't secure him the kill, so the Mana Void will have to do.
Yeah, he actually can't do damage when people don't have mana. He had 78 minus 90. So he needs them to have mana to even be able to hurt them at this point with mana break.
Yep.
It's pretty miserable if you're Black, but he gets another kill.
All for the good. All for the good. In the meantime, Bone 7 has rotated bottom. He'll be assisted by Come With Me once more. I mean, Come With Me is still level 5, so no Fiend Script yet to hold Black in place. And even if the Vendetta goes off, I think Black will be tanky enough to stay alive. Because he does have those treads. And Bone actually, what's he doing? He's gonna rotate back. He does a Vendetta up again, of course. Level 9, so close to level 11, I'd say. Because if he has a level 11, we are gonna see a lot more Vendetta ganks, I'd say. Lifestealer, in the meantime, is one of those heroes that can jump into Bone 7 and then go for ganks. But Eternal Envy shut down so hard that he is in no shape to do that just yet.
Yeah, he's not having the best time. He's, what, 6th right now in terms of net worth? He just really didn't get anything out of that aggressive tri-lane. That's kind of why I'm surprised to see that they committed to the aggressive tri-lane with their only real carry. Usually if they pick up an additional carry, you know, that's fine. They send maybe Bone 7 playing sort of an off carry.
Oh, Pilot die, still stuns up on Quickfire, but that doesn't matter. The roar was used. I thought they were gonna go for the courier, but the courier lives. Bone 7 comes in though. Oh Fada, oh Fada. Open wounds will be there as well. And Fada gets sprouted up, will help out, but it's not gonna be enough. He will end up going down. 9 HP, wait a second! Eternal Envy can't chase, it is Bone 7 that ends up going down, and Fada lives! He lives! He already bought a gem with the gold that he had, thinking, you know, I die, I might as well spend my gold. But he lives. Nice Sprout, Quickfire MVP.
Yeah, Sprout. I guess I don't really know how much the Sprout did because he immediately, I think, found out through axes. Yeah. Like right after the Sprout came down because he thought he was just going down, so he was going to try to do some damage. But he does get away, if only just. And, you know, now they have a gem, which is probably not exactly what he wanted. But they have that gem and they can use it for map control, so it's at least something. It's not the worst pickup. And he survives as well. They get the kill. Yeah, they got that kill on Bone 7 in that top lane, which is also pretty big for them. He was pretty highly leveled, so it gives quite a bit of experience to both Quakefa and Fata.
Yeah, Fata, who was behind on the experience in the mid lane, is now even again with Sing Sing on the Screen of Pain, purely because of that kill just now on Bone 7. Level 10 on both. Pilot making it to level 6. We still have Come With Me. He is also just level 6, so he has got that Fiend Script, but he is still farming. I'm not quite sure why he's still hanging around here since he has got level 6. Also one of those heroes that you would expect trying to make something happen on the map. Not by himself, obviously, but with other people.
Right. And he's probably going to need to start making things happen soon. Black is being left relatively alone at this point. Come With Me. Can't really get close to the creep wave anymore just to keep spamming Enfeeble. Not with his lifts from Rubik, and then of course there's the Mana Void from Anti-Mage, and that's pretty much just his death. If Anti-Mage blinks on him, he doesn't have the Nightmare leveled up at all to really do anything with that. And there's Enfeeble again.
Yeah, in the meantime, the smoke up. They're looking for Black. They're looking to use that Fiend Script. Here they go. There's the Fiend Script, the stun, the scream, and Black will not be able to blink away. We'll go down. Queen of Pain with the kill. Very kill secured. Bit stacking on stuns, but just to make sure the telekinesis was still there, not really doing anything anymore. Bone 7 is gonna look for the guy that casted that telekinesis though. As Pass is still hanging around in the jungle near his tower, but Bone won't be able to find him, and that's still a level 1 Vendetta, of course. So he will be running out of that one. In the meantime, they do take a tier 1 tower mid in return, and this is the first tower that goes down on the map.
Yeah, they get that tower down, which is a decent trade. They don't want to give up anti-mage deaths, though. So Black gonna have to go back and try and find farm elsewhere. He's actually in the bottom lane. I guess he feels safe, which is not necessarily right. He's going to come with me, though.
Yeah, he wants to go for that mana void. He finds Bone 7, though. He has to be careful. Impale will miss, so that will help out. Blink is up again in 2 seconds. They might be trying to try to go in, knowing that Fiend Script is on cooldown. Kaipi already coming in, getting a stun. There goes the telekinesis up on Come With Me. Fade Bolt going through, and Black... Oh, gets an Impale, can't go for the mana void. More TPs coming in, but oh, so low on mana. But they won't dive it. 5 people of Mousesports here on this bottom lane to protect Black. And that will leave Eternal Envy free to farm, as well as to take down maybe a tier 1 tower top. There is no fortification up at Mousesports. Kaipi will come in to try and help out, where he's actually threatening to come in. He actually will let it slide and just take a tier 1 tower bottom in return. But that's free gold for Eternal Envy. He really needs that as well.
Kaipi was going to port up there. Maybe he thought someone else would be able to go with him, but they can't. He can't go up there alone. Not right now. The best they can hope to do is just trade towers.
Yep, and they might even try to take more. They're still with 5. Mechanism up on Synderen indeed. 7.5 minutes faster than the fastest, or than the average. Sorry, than the average for Enchantress. Yeah, pretty solid. I mean, they can now go 5-man, as you can see, and they're not afraid to really back down. Even if they would get forced to fight, they've got that mechanism to stay alive. They've got a Black that is not hopeless, not helpless. He has got those treads. He has got a perseverance now as well, building of course still towards his Battle Fury, and it's looking pretty good for Mousesports. I'd say their gold graph is in favor with 4,000 gold. An experience graph not that big in favor, because Mousesports just spend time with a 5-man push and you lose a bit map if your opponent is not sitting there with 5 people, which was indeed the case, so they lose a bit there, still a bit ahead, but yeah, they're doing good. I think they're pretty happy with the way things are going right now.
Yeah, things could definitely be going worse for them. Black still has an advantage on Lifestealer in terms of farm, and of course he's going to carry a little bit harder as we get later into the game. Beastmaster, it feels like he's found every rune the entire game. Fada using these minions from the Call of the Wild to scout out the runes, and then just able to walk around, bottle them, and deny runes from Queen of Pain, which is also important, as that helps Queen of Pain heavily if she's able to get runes to set up those ganks. Sort of towards the bottom lane on the anti-mage in particular. Yeah,
and as you can see, anti-mage not doing as good as he normally does. That's just Black stats though. So a bit lower than how he normally farms, but result of the aggressive trial and still having a bit of success in that way. But he does have 2 kills, so does help him out a bit again. Might not be getting all the last hits. Looks like tier 1 tower top will be the one that Mousesports will go for. Kaipi picked up a Shadow Blade, so might be able to split push a bit better with that as well. I really like the potential of having a Beastmaster's Hawk there and having it near the secret shop of the enemy team, and then have Kaipi TP in to take the courier. How about that?
I mean, they could try and do that, but I think they've been mostly trying to use the Hawk for scouting just anything out while they're pushing. Like right now, it's right, I mean, you can see where it is on the map, and they're going for that just so that they have the angle for any rotations in this way. Yeah. From the
nice
dire side.
Oh, Boney blinks in, Impale up on 3 actually. Telekinesis was there up on the lifesteal though. He goes down before he can do anything, but nice Sonic Wave. Mechanism used it up mostly though, and Sing Sing on the way out takes a lot of damage from that impetus, but should be able to be safe. Can blink again in a couple of seconds. Tier 2 tower still went down. The roar was used, and they're trying to find Come With Me. TP in from Kaipi. Brain Sap already used, and that should be Come With Me going down, and that is gonna be 2 kills going the way of KP, and they can't take anything away from it, even though that Sonic Wave was brilliantly placed. They lose their 2 heroes, then they lose the tower. They were not ready to fight, and oh my god, that Lifestealer, he got just... I don't know what happened to him, he just was melting before the sun. Like ice.
Too much damage, and there's too much survivability on the side of Mousesports as well right now. This Enchantress has so much healing with that mech, and the not actually maxed out Nature's Attendance, he only put 3 points into it, but he has the Nature's Attendance, the mechanism, so Sonic Wave just really didn't do anything. It traded for mech effectively, and at that point, when their big damage spell is on cooldown, they can't do a lot. Bone 7's trying to find anti-mage in the bottom lane, not going to succeed.
Nice job for Black. I mean, it was just a blind blink. He didn't know that he was close. He was just done farming that creep wave. He has got his Battle Fury, so we'll be able to flash farm right now. And he's actually also been involved in these fights, so he's getting the experience from that as well. And he's just overall really involved, which is something that we not always see from Black. Normally it's a bit of a 4+1 strat, but right now. I mean, maybe he got a bit forced into that position purely because KP was also doing that, and of course they've tried to force out fights where he was, forcing his team to reply. And then of course you were with 5 rather than with 4. But yeah, pretty nicely done. 54% as a combination of the Enchantress and the Nature's Prophet. The pushing potential very high, and as you already mentioned, with that mech, even higher there. And yeah, that 5-man Dota is tough to take.
Yeah, and Animage even being involved in those pushes, they were able to get both towers in the top lane immediately after getting both towers in the bottom lane. And that leaves 1 outer tower remaining for KP. It's again not the highest kill score game, 8-3 only at 20 minutes, but a lot of towers already down on the side of KP, and they're gonna have to worry about that.
Yeah, Synderen actually placed a very aggressive ward here. And that might be the Roshan being set up. Imagine Roshan being taken down, and then they go for the tier 2 and just push on. Because, like you said, they've taken 2 towers, and 1 after each other, twice in a row now. So maybe they want to do the same thing again in the mid lane, and then go for the tier 2 and tier 3 with an Aegis that they have. But we'll see what their preference is. We'll see if they indeed want to take Roshan down right now. There is still a ward up for the other side. Wow. I just had a pop-up from Steam. That was awkward. Oh well.
Yeah, so they have this ward out by the Roche pit, just scouting it out, and Beastmaster still has that gem. He's actually going for an Aghanim's Rush, so that's going to be the first item he'll have, and that's going to give him that very, very long-range roar.
No, Synderen might be in some trouble. We have an infested Lifestealer in Bone 7. Level 2 Vendetta. Let's see if they go for him. Oh, no, they can't. Oh, yes, they can. Oh, yes, they will. Synderen walking the wrong way, will go down. Nature's Attendance won't help, and actually I think maybe if he picked up 1 level with Untouchable, he might be able to do that. We do have Quickfoot trying to go for something though, but Eternal Envy just chops himself a tree to get out of that sprout.
Yeah, Eternal Envy just picking up a Quelling Blade at this point. Obviously a great pick, it helps him with jungling as well as anytime Quickfoot tries to gank him on the Nature's Prophet. Just kill the trees for Sprout.
Indeed, we do have the Aghanims that you were talking about already complete now up on a Beastmaster, so that will have a pretty decent impact. Can go for a bit more roars. Maybe that was the item that they were waiting for to go for Roshan. We have 1900 gold up on Black since he has started flash farming. Not really as much as I thought he would have. No extra items up on the courier, as I just brought the item to the Beastmaster. Quickfast sitting on a ultimate orb, so going for that Scythe of Vice.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And in the meantime, tier 2 tower mid is already getting aggressed by creeps, with nobody really coming in to help apart from Come With Me. But the boar, boar will die.
Poor boar.
Poor boar indeed. In the meantime, Black in some trouble. Sonic Wave will go down. Nicely done. No Lifestealer needed there. The Vendetta was there. The Impale was there. Follow-up stun and the Sonic Waves just to finish it off. Nice pick off. Black won't buy back. He'll just sit patiently and wait. In the meantime, of course, this is KP buying some time to get their Lifestealer up to farm plus speed. He now has an armlet.
So fast Aghanims picked up by Fada. It's not really the most common item either. It's pretty powerful as of an effect though, especially if they want to get involved with pushing and just sort of closing the game out early. The 45-second cooldown is very, very relevant when heroes have like a 45-second respawn time. It basically means every time they're back up to fight, you're going to have a roar. And also the additional range can be very powerful for taking out heroes like Bane, who might want to sit in the back of the fight and just try and channel a Fiend's Grip. If he gets it off, that could be one of the stuns they can rely on to take him down. Of course, Lifestealer, also an obvious target.
Yeah, we have another Infest and a Lifestealer from the Lifestealer in the next Assassin. Looks to be finding an Enchantress again. Still no level up and Untouchable, and that will be Synderen probably dropping. Yep, there he goes. With the gem now up. Is there a gem up? Yeah, there is a gem up on Bone 7. So that's one that he bought himself. So a gem up on both sides. We will see the wards getting cleared out as they are on top of here. Bone 7 will indeed see them. And they will kill them off. I was gonna say, we just walk straight past them. But they won't find the one up the high ground here. Because they don't have their own wards.
Yep, not unless they put something up there to give them sight, which doesn't seem particularly likely.
They can blink up there if they want to. If they would really check. It's a counter ward. Bone 7 can do that.
Yeah, it could be a lot of time wasted if he ends up going up there and there's nothing there. And of course, if Mouse Sports are in the area and they still see him blink up there because they have the ward, they can just kill him up on top of it pretty easily.
Very true. We have this Yasha up on black. It's just a waiting game right now before a team decides to go for Roshan, which it might be actually now. Mouse Sports smokes up. They actually go to where the ward is to go to see if they can find someone in the jungle. In the meantime, it looks like KP has about the same idea, or at least they're sticking together. 4 heroes here in this mid lane with only Vengeful Spirit, Pylite Die, solo on the top lane. There's a Vendetta. Bone 7 will be able to scout out a bit, but he has to be careful for that gem. Blink in, pass, goes for Envy, but the rage is there. Roar goes up on the Queen of Pain, takes a lot of damage. Fiend's Grip up on the Beastmaster, but he doesn't take enough damage. Sonic Wave basically wasted mechanism up on Mousesports, will allow them to continue to chase KP if they want to. They find Bone 7, Impale only hits upon Koikfa, no deaths just yet, as everybody did use everything they had. But Mousesports coming out a bit ahead, if you will, trying to take down the tower. Black still sitting there. Also in this fight, one thing to point out, he again went with his team. Maybe Envy looking for a target, has got a Desolator now. Blink away, nice blink from Pass. Gets an Impale, Telekinesis, Bone 7, trouble, but Black getting hexed up, taking a lot of damage, will end up going down, as does Bone 7 though, as Envy gets himself a double kill by killing up the Rubik right after he took down Black. Roar goes up on the Lifestealer, but it doesn't matter, no follow-up anymore. Synderen ends up going down, Koikfa getting stunned up, will end up going down as well, doesn't take Pylite Die with him, triple kill for Envy, and that is a 2-4-4 trade. And that is something that Mousesports could have avoided if they backed off earlier after they used all their spells.
Yeah, things just didn't really work out the way for Mousesports I think were expecting them to there. The tower was their target. They almost got it down. It's just out of deny range actually. But they kind of just sloppily aren't able to get the fight done. Black, he blinks forward to try and get a kill, gets hexed immediately, ends up dying as a result of it. And maybe they didn't know that Hex was up on Queen of Pain. It's possible. He's had it for a little while at this point. Yeah. But Animage, with him going down, the fight kind of got really out of their control very quickly, and they ended up losing a bunch of kills.
Yeah, the only one not dying was, I believe, Fada. He did end up using his roar twice in the fight, so Aghanim's paying off a little bit, but there was no follow-up on the roar, the second roar that he did. The first roar happened on the Bane, I believe. No, it happened on Queen of Pain, and also she didn't die. Nobody died there with the roar being used, with everything being used, so quite interesting. And we still don't have a Roshan attempt. Maybe now KP will try it, but this will be, it's tough right now, because one fight could allow our team to go up high ground with that Aegis. It is very even. It is 10-10 in terms of kills. The gold graph slightly in favor of Mouz, sitting at 5k difference. Experience graph though after that last fight, well, going away of KP, but we know that one fight could make this graph go back up again, so it's 4k, but that doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, it's very minor leads for both sides at the moment, and actually experience one way, gold the other, but neither lead particularly large, and it looks like Mouse are just going to give up Roshan.
Question is, will they back off if they realize he's dead? Yep. They will be able to get the tower though. The deny comes in, but tower dead is tower dead, but Bane with the deny come with me. Making sure that that was properly done. Now there's no outer towers left for Mousesports to take down, for Mousesports to get advantage of, because that's what they've been trying to do, get their gold advantage off by taking down as many towers as possible. And going up high ground against KP is actually pretty tough to do in this stage, especially since Black is not farmed enough yet to take on KP by himself.
Yeah, Black really just not sitting very farmed at the moment. He might need to focus a little bit more heavily on farming if he wants his team to really be able to win this, because they're not doing so hot as of late. They were winning quite heavily during the laning phase. They took a lot of towers, but then they gave up that fight, and they only have a little bit of a gold lead, and with the number of towers, they're 3 towers ahead. That's pretty much making up almost all of their gold in advantage. So they need Black to really get a lot more farm, so we can start actually being able to do something in these fights, not just kind of blinking forward and getting picked off.
Yeah, we'll see how Mouz will do with that, because they've been 5-manning since, yeah, well, since quite a long time actually. And they are not able to do that right now because of that, they know the hogs there. Can't find it. But they can't 5-man right now because they know that the Aegis is up on KP. So basically it's trying to help Black farm for another 10 minutes until they can find the Aegis themselves. And even though that's something that they are used to doing, as in helping Black farm 4+1, it's tough to do if you know that KP with the Vendetta there can be turning around and kill Black off at any given time, because as you already mentioned, you can use the Blinkins to initiate, not just the one of Bone, but also the one of the Queen of Pain. You can infest the Lifestealer actually in the Queen of Pain as well. You have the Hex there, and we saw in the previous fight how fast Anti-Mage actually ended up dying. And there goes the infest again, in the Vendetta, in the Lifestealer, and Nyx Assassin rather.
Yep, and they're going to try and find a kill here. Obviously the one they want is Black. He's on the opposite side of the map though, so it looks like Quakeva might be the closest target, but Bone not really going to find anyone, it looks like, with this one.
Yeah, Pylai Die able to make targets melt, basically, reducing armor by a lot with the Howl of Terror, as well as with, of course, her medallion that she has picked up.
And the Desolator on Lifestealer.
And that would make it even worse. That is going to be some very squishy targets, rather. Manta Cell up on Black, though. Might allow them to do some more. They have got a couple of sentry wards up, not that much though, because there's still, of course, the gem. The infest out goes up because they realized they weren't going to find anybody anymore. We still have the gem up on the Beastmaster because Fada, he didn't die in that previous fight, so he didn't drop his gem. Looks like Tier 2 Tower will be the target of Mouse Sports. I mean, they need to do something with their Aegis, and pushing seems like a logical choice.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, they're going to try and go for this push out. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to commit. At least not at the moment. They're still hanging out though, so they might want to try and take this fight while they still have the Aegis up on the Lifestealer. And they have a lot of damage right now, so we'll see what Mousesports, what their plan is. They had the heals, the survivability, that really gave them that pushing advantage early on in the game. But as these fights are going on, they're getting more extended as KP are getting tankier. Looks like they're just forced to give up towers.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yep, they can't fight, they know that too. They're just standing there because they kind of have to, otherwise KP wouldn't have stopped with that Tier 2. But yeah, it's the waiting game, waiting until the Aegis is gone. We have got Sing Sing picking up a Sheeva's guard, which is a quite interesting pickup for Queen of Pain, I think. But oh, she finds Black, hexes him up. There goes the Sheeva's guard, and a Sonic Wave. Black is able to blink himself away, but he still has got the Shadow Strike and a blink after that from Sing Sing. Gets the kill in the end. In the meantime, the Roar was up on Envy, but the blink in from Bone 7 gets an Impale upon 3 targets. Fiend's Grip up on the Beastmaster. He already used his Roar, but it doesn't matter. He'll go down. Cinnamon, last one alive there. He'll go down as well. And I say there because the rest already is fleeing because they knew that they couldn't stick around. The gem goes down. Of course, that was the one with the Beastmaster that the Beastmaster had. But no deaths on KP, and they get Black, the most important target. They are going to be taken down to Tier 2 as well, and might even get to Tier 3, if not buybacks happen. Beastmaster is the only one that has buyback.
Yeah, but they're all respawning in like 20 seconds. They're not going to be able to really go for the Tier 3 before everyone's back up, especially since they're fighting through backdoor regen for this Tier 2, so it's taking longer to actually get through it. They might be able to deal a little bit of damage to it if they really want to commit to the high ground, but they're not going to be able to take it. Unless Mousesports try and force a fight and end up dying again.
And then they might lose more than just a Tier 3 though. They might lose their whole game if they do that. KP, they're gonna continue. They push up to the Tier 3, now go on the Rex. Anti-Mage is back up alive. We only missed a Roar, nice Impale. But the Impale gets returned up on Pass. Telekinesis was still there, but Pass looks to be going down, running away on 193 HP. Bone 7, moving for Vendetta. The Aegis still got burned, but the Melee Rex went down. That's what KP came for. They only lose the Aegis for that, and that is a worthy trade to give and KP back out alive. Maybe we're gonna see a counter initiation. Oh, Bone jumped in. 3-man Impale again. Mousesports in a lot of trouble. Fada trying to run. Bone 7 will still end up dropping, but as does Fada. Nightmare up on Quakeva. Gems being picked up by people, but oh, there we go. 2 gems up on Pylai Die. There they are. KP on the run. Black can blink again if he wants to. Does he really want to? Telekinesis up and come with me. They want to at least take someone. Hex up on the Lifestealer, but Hex also up on Black and the Fiend's Grip as well. Nobody can interrupt. Come with me, and Black goes down again. Quakeva going down as well. Double kill for Sing Sing. It is also a kill for Eternal Envy as the last one goes down there as well. That was Pass. That was Rubik. That is a team wipe, and now this is losing more than just a Rax. This could be game.
Yeah, KP forcing the fight, and Mousesports feeling like they have to take it. They end up chasing pretty far out, all the way to near the river, and KP just keeps sort of waving them, pulling them in a little bit further, dealing some damage while they're going, and eventually they get the kills on the entire team. And once again, Black, once he gets hexed up, he just dies.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
It is Black is not ready yet to fight. He's too squishy. We saw it. Fiend's Grip stops him. Envy, I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's feeling pretty ballsy right now, even though Fada has a ruler, so... Oh no, phase boots will allow him to run. No phase boots up on Lifestealer. Can't get it from the low ground either. But I mean, that was just the ultimate turn and burn. You don't go out overextending too far when you are in that situation, because you will lose indeed more than just your one melee Rex. You'll lose 2 lanes of Rex. So right now, of course, I mean, in theory, Black has still an anti-mage to farm on, so you can just draw the game out long enough until Black can maybe take on KP 1 versus 5 if he gets to that point. But I don't think KP is going to sit around and wait for Black to get big. Even though that's normally their style. Oh, burn! No. Oh, I normally don't do that. It's because it's late. Wow. Last game Sing Sing finished the game without a death. It was August 2012. Right now he hasn't died yet. He is 5-0 to 7. Of course competitive games that is. Mind you. Not pubs.
I've jinxed it. Yeah, it's looking good. Sing Sing playing very well, and he's really kind of kept his team in this game and ahead. Actually, created all of these advantages. He got that solo kill on Black in the mid lane. Yeah. That was a pretty big pickup to get. And this Hex that he was able to rush has just been able to do so much work for his team. He also picked up the Sheeva's Guard that recently got buffed with that most recent patch for the Aura's attack speed slow is higher. Doing a lot of work for his team, and the AoE damage he can put out is enough that even Mousesports, with that early mech they had, they have an urn, they just can't really survive it anymore.
Yeah, we've got Bone 7. He is being scouted out by that Hawk because the Sentry Ward is there, so they should see him. I think he was in range. Anyway, Bone 7 is infested with the Lifestealer once again. So looking for something. He looks to be also going for a Hex, as that is not an uncommon item to see up on a Nyx Assassin, because you can blink Hex, Impale. You can just shut down the target completely if you want to. But it looks like KP, they're just gonna go the natural round, going for the tier 2 tower bottom, and will then try to push up the high ground afterwards. Maybe even after a new Roshan, because if they take down that tier 2, Roshan will be up in just a minute, and they might actually just wait for that. We have a smoke up for Mousesports. They know that something needs to be done, but the smoke already broken, and they stopped smoking. It's very healthy.
No more smoking for them. They're farming up. Yeah, we're waiting for a Roshan fight. It's gonna probably be the last fight of the game unless Mousesports can really pull something out here. They're pretty far behind at this point in terms of experience. They're like heavily out leveled. Gold is also rather large, but here we go.
Roar, they find Envy. He gets hexed up and Feeble up on Black already, but Envy gets swapped into safety, still ends up going down. Sonic Wave goes through, Hex up on Black as well, can't do anything right now as Pass goes down. Sing Sing trying to go for Sinrin, will end up dropping with the Vendetta being there. Bone gets an Impale, Fada, no chance to TP out, that's another kill going the way of KP, and now the Roshan is safe for them to take. Fada, yeah, he's safe. He's fine, he's good. Black was able to get himself out of there. Did he actually die in buyback? No, he did not, right? Yes, no. Lifestealer bought back, that's the buyback sound I heard. So, yep, did see Envy dying, he bought back. And they're not even going for Roshan. They're actually going for the tier 2. I might just want to end the game.
Yeah, they have a little bit of time, and that was pretty much the best initiation Mousesports could possibly get. They killed Lifestealer before he was able to do anything, and they still couldn't even take the fight.
This is a tier 2. Heaven's Halberd up on Come With Me, indeed. One of the 5th time that an Heaven's Halberd gets picked up by the Bane. Quite interesting though, even though I thought it would be more, as it's quite a common item to counter those hard carries with. And Black is kind of rendered completely useless, and he's the only one that's really dealing out the damage. Oh, Pass! He's already dead. He is already dead. That went really fast. There goes the tier 3 tower. Roar going off on Come With Me. But they can't defend their Rex this way, or can they? No! Black already going down. Buys back though. Once they get back here, a Sinrin goes down still. Fiends skip up on Black because that one was still there. And Black will go down for the 2nd time this fight, and it calls the GG. It is KP. 45% of the viewers were voting on KP. They take this game, they beat Mouz, and they make sure that Mouz gets their third loss in StarLadder Season 6 right now. So KP looking strong. Taking 3 points, and we'll go for the turn.
Yeah, KP, they put up a great show here. They just kind of outplayed Mouz Sports in that late game or mid-late game stage. The amount of armor reduction they had really allowed them to take that fight in the mid lane, and Black just got caught out, overextending a little bit too often. Maybe he is used to just having a little bit more farm than he did at the stage of the game, and thought he was a little bit stronger than he was. Of course, the Hex was a huge pickup from Queen of Pain early on, and Bone 7 on that Nyx Assassin also was able to set up a ton of very, very clutch kills with his Blink Dagger, jumping in, getting those impales, and as a result, KP, they take a pretty big game.
Yeah, now Sing Sing can be happy. Since August 2012, he didn't die anymore. Was the last time that he didn't die in a competitive match, but right now, he lives. No deaths, 8-0 to 10. Looking indeed pretty solid. Of course, this was the last game for StarLadder today. We'll have more games tomorrow, as tomorrow the games will actually start at 1700 CEST time. Will be Alliance versus TCM, Alliance versus Virtus Pro, which will be a good one. Also, Fnatic versus Quantic, Virtus Pro versus Roxkiss, and that's the 4 games that we have tomorrow so far. We might still have some changes in the roster as we are looking to get another game there, as there is a wild card time slot there, which is saying that if someone wanted to postpone a match, it could be postponed until there. But we'll find out that later. Of course, thank you for being here. Really, you made me have a new record in terms of viewership during the game at Na'Vi versus Rox. And of course, Kanaz, thank you a lot for being here as well as my stats man. K-poptosis was here for my stats. Do you have any shoutouts that you want to either say or pop out in the stats if you want to do that? Shout out to Chaz1337. There you go. That's the shout out from K-poptosis, the statman of tonight. And of course, my co-caster was Kanaz. Kanaz, any shout outs and where can people find you and all that jazz?
Yeah, shout out to Funes and Vasquez, and you can catch me on Twitter at KanazDota or on twitch.tv/Kanazta if you want to catch me casting or pubbing or any of the sort of Dota related things I typically do.
And of course, if I'm casting with someone else, Kanaz is normally also casting StarLadder, so you can pop on his Twitch channel and watch StarLadder on his channel as well, so don't forget to do that the next time that he is not with me. And of course, you can also follow K-poptosis on Twitter, by the way. That is at K-poptosis without a hyphen there. And of course, I'm Sheever. You can also follow me on Twitter on at SheeverGaming. You can check out my website as well as SheeverGaming.com. And I don't know yet what I'm going to be doing, but I'm thinking maybe some pubs. It is Friday night after all. And follow K-poptosis because he's got 12 followers and he probably wants to have like 15 or something. That would be nice. 15 would be a nice goal. Getting 3 more at K-poptosis. Let's see if we can get to 15. Anyways, thank you for being here, both K-poptosis and Kanaz, and also Vikerman, who co-cast at the first game of the day with me. And and I'll be back with you in just a moment with some music and commercials. And if you do go somewhere else, open it on a different tab so you can still support me with watching commercials. Yay! Be right back.